Hello again, you're watching VNA News Bulletin. Coming up next, we have your top stories.
Russia considers Vietnam as bridge connecting with ASEAN. Global rubber industry targets sustainable development. Vietnam's shrimp export earnings likely to drop by $1 billion.
A Russian official in charge of international affairs has affirmed that Russia considers Vietnam an important bridge connecting the country with ASEAN and always welcomes Vietnam's investment projects.
Andrei Klimov, Deputy Chairman of the Committee of International Affairs of the Council of Russian Federation and Chairman of the Committee on International Affairs of the United Russia Party, made the remark during his meeting with Vietnamese Ambassador to Russia, Nguyễn Thanh Sơn, on December 3rd. Klimov emphasized that Russia continually attaches importance to developing its substantial cooperation with Asian-Pacific countries, including Vietnam. Ambassador Sơn, in turn, affirmed that Vietnam treasures its ties with Russia and is willing to serve as a bridge to have Russia gain access to ASEAN nations' markets. Both sides also discussed measures to foster bilateral relations, including the cooperation between the Communist Party of Vietnam and the United Russia Party, and between the two legislative bodies.
The 14th session of the Hanoi People's Council wrapped up on December 4th after 4 days of sitting. Earlier, the Council elected Vice Secretary of the Municipal Party Committee and Director of the Hanoi Police, Nguyễn Đức Trung, as new Chairman of the People's Committee. In his speech, Politburo member in charge of the Hanoi Party Committee, Phạm Quang Nghị, hailed the Municipal People's Council for issuing significant policies that contributes to building a law-governed state of the people, by the people, and for the people. The Municipal People's Council has worked hard to promote democracy in the party and society, and well performed its role as an organ of power representing local people, he said, adding that the role of each People's Council member is brought into play via sessions and meetings with constituents. Meanwhile, Chairwoman of the Municipal People's Council, Nguyễn Thị Bích Ngọc, affirmed that the 14th session has been a success as all contents set in the agenda were fulfilled. She said orientations set during the session lay the groundwork for the Municipal People's Council to devise tasks and goals for socio-economic development and national defense security for the next 5 years. The 11th Global Rubber Conference opened in Ho Chi Minh City on December 4th with the attendance of 200 delegates from 25 countries across the world. Our reporters will bring more details. The participants deliberated measures to sustainably develop the global rubber industry by adjusting the demand-supply balance, rubber growing areas, and output of each country. Rubber prices have continually declined in recent years and stood at the lowest level in history. The world rubber prices are forecast to continue dropping in 2016, posing big challenges to rubber-growing households, who account for 80% of the industry's workforces. Several countries such as Malaysia and Thailand have considered the possibility of replacing rubber trees with other crops. Vietnam now has more than 977,000 hectares of rubber trees and expects to harvest over 1 million tons of rubber latex in 2015. The country's export value is estimated to reach $1.6 billion. Meanwhile, only 15% of Vietnam's rubber output is sold on the domestic market to serve production of export items, which bring home up to about $1.5 billion. For this reason, the country's rubber industry will increase domestic consumption, diversifying products, and stepping up the application of technological advances into production. Impacts of hydroelectric plants on Mekong River were the focus of discussion at an international workshop hosted by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment and the Vietnam Mekong River Commission.
A study presented at the workshop on December 4th revealed that hydropower plants directly affected aquaculture, biodiversity, seawater transport, agriculture, livelihood and economy of 13 cities and provinces in Vietnam and 14 others in Cambodia. Specifically, construction of the plants will increase land erosion, halve fishing output, and threaten food security and the livelihood of those living in rural areas along the river. According to the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, the development of hydropower plants in Mekong River's downstream may cause long-lasting and unrecoverable losses to flood-prone areas and aquatic environment, thus posing negative impacts on living conditions of millions of people.
Due to falling prices, Vietnam's shrimp export in 2015 is likely to shrink to around $3 billion, $1 billion lower than last year's figure. More in the following report. According to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exports and Producers, VASEP, since mid-2014, shrimp export prices have dropped by about 30%, resulting in a reduction in export revenue. The year 2016 seems more promising, with advantages stemming from new trade agreements. However, Vietnam might also face competitive prices from its rivals, particularly Indonesia. Experts suggested that, apart from promoting trade and removing barriers, the sector should reduce production costs, increase food hygiene, and investigate safety violations. Farmers are expected to supply sufficient materials for manufacturing and processing plants to boost export growth, while the Ministry of Industry and Trade is urged to give stronger support to the sector. Bình Dương Province, an industrial hub in southern Vietnam, has attracted some $1.7 billion in foreign direct investment since the beginning of 2015, surpassing the yearly target by 70% and up 11.1% year-on-year. According to the Provincial People's Committee, the province licensed 176 new FDI projects during the period, worth $966 million and $734 million was added to 113 operational projects. Standing at the top is a $274 million textile project run by Far Eastern Politics Vietnam, a member of Taiwan's Far Eastern Group, in Bao Bang Industrial Park. It is followed by a $50 million Samoa wood factory in Thạch An Industrial Cluster. Bình Dương is now home to 26 industrial parks, covering a total area of 8,800 hectares. The average occupancy rate is 65%. The province plans to lure $1.4 billion in FDI next year. It vowed to continue to improve the local business climate and its provincial competitiveness index by increasing support to investors, stepping up administrative reforms, and ensuring social welfare. More than 63,500 products with generous discounts are available for Online Friday's shopping spree at the website onlinefriday.vn on December 4th.
The online promotion organized by the Vietnam E-commerce and Information Technology Agency under the Ministry of Industry and Trade aims to accelerate consumer demand and wireless purchases. This is also part of the agency's strategy to boost the development of e-commerce in Vietnam. Experts said online transactions valued $2.97 billion were conducted in 2014. The figure is expected to stand at $4 billion this year. They forecast that e-commerce will continue to thrive in Vietnam in the coming time, especially in a time where the country is accelerating its international economic integration through the signing and negotiation of a range of bilateral and multilateral trade agreements.
Measures and solutions for adapting to climate change and mitigating the weather's impacts in the northern province of Hưng Yên were brought up for discussion in a recent workshop. Let's take a look.
The event popularized information and knowledge of basic aspects of climate change and its impact on various sectors and strategies responding to climate change and preventing flood and storm disasters. Hưng Yên is one of the provinces in the Delta suffering most from extreme climate change, experiencing 4 storms and 2 bitter cold spells in 2014, causing severe damages to local agriculture. Participants agreed that climate change has been altering traditional agriculture in Hưng Yên and the Red River Delta at large. gradually reducing the output of subtropical products in the winter crop, as short-day plants often suffer from storms and floods. Experts put forward many solutions for climate change adaptation and mitigation in industry, energy, agricultural production such as energy conservation in office and administrative buildings and households, the use of energy-saving materials, and the supervision of solid waste dumps and industrial wastewater treatment plants. They also introduced solutions for agriculture, including the creation of specialized large-scale fields, modern agricultural ecological models, GAF standard production models, integrated pest management, and the use of biopesticide.
Hoi An provided free ticket for tourists visiting the ancient town on December 4th, Friday, on the occasion of Heritage Day and the 16th anniversary of UNESCO recognition of Hoi An as a World Heritage City.
The city set many cultural performances, outdoor exhibitions, and photo displays are held on the day to attract tourists visiting the city. Hoi An provided 39 free entrance costs for people last year. 13 of them were foreign residents living in the city. The city plans to give free entrance costs to 100 foreign residents in Guangnam and Hoi An this year. According to the latest report, Hoi An hosted more than 1.7 million tourists, of which 740,000 were foreigners over the past 9 months. The report also found that 439,000 tourists stayed in the town, and 168,000 tourists visited Cham Island. In 2014, a survey showed that 11.2% of total international tourists returned to the city on the second visit.
The World Records Union has officially released a certificate to recognize Chuyện Kiều, The Tale of Kiều, as a literature work setting the most national records in the world. The union said that The Tale of Kiều, an epic poem in Vietnamese written by Nguyễn Du, is widely regarded as the most significant work of Vietnamese literature, with 3,524 verses, written in lục bát, 6/8 meter. The Tale of Kiều has won the heart of generations of Vietnamese throughout over 2 centuries. Besides, it has been translated into more than 20 languages worldwide. The world record proposed by the Vietnam Book of Records 2 months ago is established on the occasion of the 250th birth anniversary of the UNESCO-recognized world cultural figure Nguyễn Du. It is expected that the world record certificate will be conferred at the 31st meeting of records holders held in Vietnam in March 2016. The annual Taste of the World Food Festival is taking place in Ho Chi Minh City, offering a venue for cuisine experts and chefs to show their excellent cooking and food decoration. Let's take a look.
The event kicked off on December 3rd, accommodating 80 display booths, where dishes from more than 20 countries and territories were available. A lineup of activities will be held during the festival, including a 5-star chef party and a program setting up Vietnamese Guinness records on vegetarian dishes and fruit, carving in form of a bronze drum decorated with dragons. Experts from the World Food Culture Center will also give cooking demonstrations. Other activities include a wine tasting, music, dance performances, and bartender shows. The 4-day festival is expected to welcome around 300,000 visitors.
And that was the end of our news bulletin. Thank you for your attention. For more information, please log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. We'll see you soon.